From here on, nothing goes down unless I'm involved. No blackjack, no dope deals, no nothing. A nickel bag gets sold in the park. I want in.
Yes. Peace, family. We are back with another verified DB Teach tape. It's your gracious host, Mr. VBB, and I'm back once again to kick game and flavor for all my young DBs out there. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. I hope your season is going great so far. I hope you're taking the things that we're talking about on the defensive back teach tapes and you're applying it actually in the games and in practice and working it on the field. That's the only way these techniques are going to work, guys. It's not just about watching it and never working it. You gotta work the technique on the field, and you have to make a conscious effort to do certain things, guys. So, with that being said, as you can see by the title at hand today, we breaking down our guy AJ Terrell. And we all know AJ Terrell, a corner who graduated last year, was one of the top corners taken in the NFL draft, was an All-American DB in college at Clemson, was a terrific corner. But it's my goal to show you these teach tapes because I want to show you that even the best of the best corners, they still have to play with technique, guys. If you don't play with techniques, the problem comes in when you run across another top flight athlete. Like in this clip, Ja'Marr Chase. You see what I'm saying? You can be 6'3", run a 4'3", but what's going to happen when you run against another guy who's 6'3" and runs a 4'3"? It's going to come down to technique then, guys. So we got to put an emphasis on technique because remember, and technique is really just mental. Mentally knowing the steps you need to take to get to where you need to get to. Not just going out there freestyling every play and doing what you want to do because you're so talented. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, let's get into the video. First clip, Ja'Marr Chase, AJ Terrell, National Championship. Now, the first thing we want to understand at DB, and I always talk about this, guys. You guys should be repeating it with me. Understanding positions of power. This is the game before the game. Mentally having your head right. The first thing I want to talk about is lining up head up on a receiver. Me personally, in the coaches that I have played for in high school and in college, we were never taught to line up head up. Now, again, I'm not in Clemson's defensive back room. I don't know what they're taught. But most time the coach is going to tell you to shade either inside or outside, because you want to take away a position of leverage, and you always want to force, most times, the receiver to your help. Or where you don't have help, you want to shade to that side because you want to be in better position if it's thrown that way. AJ Terrell right now is head up. He's head up, and I'm not going to run to any conclusion. It looks like he's looking them eye to eye too. As we all know, we want to be on the hip right here. We want to be focused on this hip. You see what I'm saying? So he's head up. Unfortunately, what that does is gives them a two-way go. Also, the mental side of the game, we also want to look at the receiver's advantages and his positions of power. As a DB coming to the line, first thing I'm noticing is he's backed up deep in his goal line. If this is a pass, I know this is quick game. I'm pretty much 9 times out of 10. Now, every now and then, a great offense like LSU, they'll take a shot backed up. But right now, they're kind of trying to be careful. So mainly, I'm worried about quick game. Quick game. I'm also noticing he's inside the numbers. And in this formation right now, this is going to come with you guys doing film study and things of that nature. What you'll pick up is certain offensive formations, what they like to do. They like to play action this right here and run a quick slant to get the ball out real quick. But those are things I'm noticing. I'm thinking quick game, backed up in the goal line. He's not going to have all day. They don't want to take a safety. And also, I want to notice my positions of power, which is I want to pick a shade. With that being said, let's go ahead and run the clip forward. Now, great job off rip of getting your hands on the guy. A terrific jam. Let me run that back one more time. A terrific jam right here. Boom. Now, a little flat-footed, guys, but nonetheless a terrific jam. But this is where having a shade, understanding leverage comes into play. Because although he gets this terrific jam, Ja'Marr Chase still gets where he wants to get. Yeah, he took a right hook in the process, but he's still getting where he wants to get because he wasn't shaded and eating leverage. He didn't take away one side or the other. See, when your feet are in position, a guy can knock down your jam and you're still in good position inside leverage to get your hand back on the guy. Right here, he was lined up head up. So although he got a nice right hook in, Ja'Marr Chase was still able to escape inside. But nonetheless, what we always talk about at DB, get into plan B. Okay, the guy, he got where he wanted to get. Now it's time to get back where I want to get, which is back to the hip. We want to take away this space right here. We want the receiver to feel pressure on him at all times. We want to make him feel like he's got to push, pull, grab in order to get what he wants to get. So great job by AJ Terrell getting right back to the hip and cutting down that space. Now, guys, a little hint. Great job again to the hip. We want to get the hands a little bit lower. Right here, this is penalty area. This is penalty area. So a little trick that we like to do is my DB coaches taught me in college. We want to tuck in the shirt. Get your hands lower around the hip area. Even if you talk to receiver coaches teach them to push off around the hip area. Don't push off too high, because if you push off too high, the ref will see it. Same thing with DB. I want to grab those hips. Because, see, when you start grabbing up high, the receivers, these top-flight receivers, they go to acting class. That's what they study. They start flopping and flailing their hands, and it makes it look worse than it actually is. So I want to bring the hands a little bit lower around the hip. Great job of cutting down that space and getting to the hip, but I want to now grab that hip and tuck in that shirt. Pull his shirt down. Grab him in order to, like I say, take away that separation and apply pressure to the point of pressure. But great job nonetheless getting to the hip. And then finishing the play. Getting your hand in there, knocking the ball down, guys. Didn't receive a flag on that play, but those are some of the things he can clean up. Great finish by AJ Terrell. Wish he would have started off better with the leverage. You see what I'm saying? Because that would have helped him even more. Maybe even put him in position to make a pick. You dig what I'm saying? But great job of getting to plan B, taking away the pressure and getting the ball out of there. All right, so now here we are again. AJ Terrell, Jamar Chase. One thing I'm looking at is positions of power. To me on this play, I can't really tell. The camera angle's a little funny, but to me, he still looks head up. Again, I don't like lining up head up, but maybe that's the game plan for Clemson coming into this game for the national championship. They want to line up head up. Me personally, I don't see any advantages in lining up head up, guys. Maybe I'm not perfect. I didn't make it to the NFL or anything, but as a DB, I don't remember any advantages of lining up head up, because what you're doing is giving him a two-way go. You're giving him a two-way go at this point, guys. So I would love to pick a shade. Whether it's outside leverage, you talk to LSU corners last year lined up outside leverage in order to force the receiver back in towards your All-American safety Grant Delpit they had. Most people are going to line up inside leverage in order to use the sideline to help them. So pick a leverage, guys. Don't give him a two-way go. This is a suicide situation right here. Suicide situation. Also, positions of power. I'm understanding around midfield, guys, you're going to learn about between the 40s, as they call them. These are deep shot plays. This is the deep shot area of the field between the 40s. From the opponent's 40 to your 40 are called the deep shot area in play. This is where people like to take a shot. So nonetheless, let's play the clip. These are things that I'm thinking about in my head from studying film and things of that nature at the time. All this plays a major factor, especially when you're at the elite level. Now, boom. Ball plays. Great job of giving me one shuffle. Great job of giving me one shuffle. Now, what I would have liked is, let me play it back. Now, what I would have liked right here, give me a little inch back, guys. Give me a little inch back. AJ Terrell, where he gets in trouble a lot is he's over-aggressive. He's too flat-footed at the line. Give me a little inch back and then work my way to him. That way, my shuffle to him is more meaningful. It's more meaningful instead of getting me out of position. But nonetheless, great job of staying square and making him have a wide release. Now, at this point, guys, get to the hip. Grab that hip. Pull that hip to you. Don't push him out. You're helping him create separation, guys. You're helping him create separation. Don't push him out. Pull him into you. Into you. You want to cut down that separation. You see what I'm saying? Don't push him out. Nonetheless, what I always talk about, guys, I like to turn outside in first. Outside in. See, when you turn inside first, one, you have a hard time tracking the ball. It's a common fact at DB. You're not in position to track the ball good. He has a better angle at the ball than you do. The ball is kind of like in this awkward spot. It's right in the lights. You really can't see it. I'm telling you things at DB because I played it. It's hard to see it at this angle. Also, you want to turn outside because you can also, out of your periphery, see where the receiver is. What tracking route is he taking? Right here, he turns inside first, and he kind of loses the DB. Now, Jamar Chase gets a little push off, but as you can see right here, because he's at this awkward angle, he misjudges the ball. Again, it's a tough angle. I like to turn outside in first, so at least if I misjudge it, I can see at least where the receiver is to have a chance of tracking through his hands and knocking the ball out. However, outside, he misjudges the ball completely, and now that's 6, guys. It's little things like that. So this is a play where he was in pretty good position. Let's run it back halfway through. Right here at the point of attack, he's in pretty good position. Now pull him to you guys. When he begins to look back, work outside, then back in. Then back in. You see what I'm saying, guys? But nonetheless, it's the little things. It's the little things. Let's go to the next play. Now, this is AJ Terrell versus North Carolina. As we all know, North Carolina football is on the up and coming. So here he is matched up again with the receiver. Now, he looks to be a little bit better leveraged on this play. And like I said, maybe Clemson just lines head up, because I noticed that he's never really clearly shaded one direction or another. Maybe he's just lined up head up. Maybe that's what they teach him. I personally don't see the advantages of it. I know most DB coaches are going to tell you to pick a shade, but nonetheless, it is what it is. Now, on this play, he's playing bail technique. He's playing bail technique. And the point of bail technique is this, how I was taught. When you're playing this bail man sort of technique, which you could play in zone or man-to-man coverage, is very hard to play in man, but if you're going to play it in zone, nonetheless, you need to learn how to do it anyway. He's got his eyes on the quarterback. He's not having his eyes on the quarterback just to look at the quarterback, guys. What you're doing, as I was taught, now you might get taught somewhere different, but I just want to put the concept in your head. I was taught to look at the drop. To look at the drop. So if I'm seeing a one-step drop, I'm thinking quick game. This is something you have to register on the fly. This is not, you ain't going to have all day to look at it. But if I see a one-step drop from the quarterback, quick game. 3-step drop, intermediate game. 5-step drop, I'm thinking deep passes. Now, everything subtracts when you're in shotgun. So in shotgun, if you see no drop, quick game. If you see maybe a 1 or 2-step drop, you're thinking intermediate route. And if you see a 3 to 4-step drop, 3-step plus drop, you're thinking deep ball. This is just how we were taught. Because obviously the quarterback is setting up for something deep. So meanwhile, while you're dropping, you're thinking, you're looking at that drop the whole time. Now, he takes a 3-step drop. You can't see it right here. I believe he takes a 3-step drop in the shotgun. I'm thinking deep ball. Deep ball right here. Immediately when I see that drop, guys, you got to fade at an angle. This is somewhere a lot of DBs mess up at. You don't fade at an angle. You just go straight back. You should be cutting this guy off. Cutting this guy off, guys. Your angle should be right here. You should be leaning to the sideline the whole time. That way he runs up your back, so you can kind of fill him with your back. He just kind of works straight back, and he never gets his back on him. So now he goes for the stutter step, which again, I'm looking at 3-step drop. I don't even care if he catches the quick game. I actually got safety help right here. I don't care if he catches that quick game. I'd rather give up the quick game than get beat deep based off my read. Gives him a little stutter, and he doesn't get his back on him. Couldn't feel for him because he didn't drop at a wider angle earlier, and now it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown, guys. So like I say, it's the little things. The little things, guys. Let me run it back one more time from the top. So again, bail technique. We're reading the drop, 3-step drop in shotgun. I'm thinking deep. I'd rather him catch it underneath. I'm not going for that bait. Rather him catch it underneath than get behind me. And as well, I'm dropping at an angle. An angle, guys. So he'll run up my back. Now, going to the next play. Here we are again. Same game versus North Carolina. Great job on this play of inching back. Beautiful inch back. Being patient. If you're a very talented corner, you're a 4-3 guy. AJ Terrell is a super athletic corner, long and rangy. Be patient. The receiver is going to come to you. Trust me, receivers want you to come out there and be ultra aggressive at the line. Because then they know all they got to do is make one move and they're past you. They don't want you to be patient because, again, remember, receivers are on a timer, guys. They're on a timer. They don't have all day to run their route. So the more patient you are, the more they have to take time to get past you. Great job of inching back on the play. Now at this point, boom, he's over the top. Beautiful job of leaning. Lean on him. Cut that pressure. Pressure. I'm pushing him. Because remember, we got the greatest DB of all time over here. The sideline. He's the greatest tackler, greatest defensive player of all time over here. I'm pushing him towards him. As you can see, AJ Terrell right here, great job of leaning on him. Cutting out that pressure point. Now, what we want to do that AJ Terrell doesn't do. Outside in, guys. This is a pick. This receiver took a L at the line. He's really got nowhere to go. This ball has to be perfect. If it's too far inside, AJ Terrell doesn't even have to turn around. He can just knock it down off osmosis. And if it's too far to the sideline has never missed a play. So he has to put this within a yard width radius. All you have to do is turn outside in. Never gets his head around. But because he applied pressure at the point of pressure, he was able to throw off the timing and the rhythm of the receiver. However, on this play, I want my guy AJ Terrell to be great. Like we know he can be. Again, I talked about last time. You didn't work the 9 to 5. You didn't put in the work early all week at the line. Now it's time to go cash the check. Turn around, get your head down to the ball, outside in, and make the play. Make the play, guys. But great job nonetheless, the little things. Inching back, applying pressure to the point of pressure, widen the receiver, threw off the time, and then he had to make a miraculous effort at the ball to even try to catch it. So here we are again, AJ Terrell. He's right here at the bottom of the screen. Great job again on this play. Great inch back. Patient at the line. I'm telling you, when this guy is patient, he's going to win. When he's patient, he's going to win because he has the athletic ability to make up for anything. But when he's in good position athletically, he's going to win. Great job of being patient. As soon as the receiver starts to eat up that little cushion, boom, shoots the hand. He's inside leverage on this. Boom, shoots the hand. He's in that danger zone. It's time for me to pop him. Boom. Great job. Now, in the fade route, declared the fade route, go ahead and cut off that pressure. Pressure him. See how he's pushing them wider and wider, guys? This is what I mean, cutting off the pressure. Cutting off the pressure. Now, you can't see it right here. Let me go back a little bit. Let me go back a little bit on this, guys. Now, he begins to get his head outside in. Look at him turning the head outside in. Checks for the outside. It's not coming back shoulder. Let me flip my head back in, and boom, make the play. Easy money. Easy money. He won that at the line, though. Play it back one more time. Again, great job inching back on the play. Boom. Fade route. Let me push him. Widen him. Cutting off that pressure. Leaning on him. This is my ball. Check outside. It's not coming back shoulder. Flip back in. Boom. Easy money. Easy money. So that's today's teach tape, family. As you can see, like again, I could have showed you a million plays of AJ Terrell taking W's and making plays. My goal is to show you the teach tape. I want to show you where he went wrong, not to bash AJ Terrell. He's a terrific corner. I hope the young brother does great things on the next level, but I want to show you the flaws, guys. A lot of times, too many times, we just show DBs making plays. Everybody wants to show the highlights. Everybody wants to show the fancy footwork plays and say, man, I want to show you where receivers get beat. And show you that most times DBs get beat because it's not because they lack the talent. It's because they're lacking technique on that play. And they're not doing the little things like picking a shade, picking a leverage. They didn't apply pressure. They didn't turn their head around when they're in position. And so they gave up that 30-yard back shoulder pass. You see what I'm saying, guys? It's about technique. So I hope you guys learned something from this teach tape, guys. One thing I want you to work on this week. Just one thing. We're going to start doing one thing at a time. I want you to work on, after that 5-yard phase, applying pressure, getting to the hip, leaning on receivers in whatever direction they're going in. You want always these receivers to feel pressure because what these receivers are going to try to do at the top of their route, they're going to try to push off. You want to be leaning on them. We want to really get in that infighting phase. And I want it down around the hips. Work on pulling, work on grabbing, work on tugging around the hips. I know a lot of DBs ain't going to tell you that, but that's part of the game. Work on that. Being discreet. Round the hips. Tuck in his shirt. Pull down his shirt. Do little things around the hips, guys. So make sure you're applying pressure. We always want to widen these receivers and do anything to throw them off their game. So that's today's Teach Tape. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's get this video to 100 likes. 100 likes. I thank you so much for the love and support you guys been showing me. Also, follow the official Instagram page, Verified DBs on Instagram. Make sure you follow. I promise I'm going to start posting on there, guys. A lot of people been like, man, you don't post nothing. I got to start posting on there, but make sure you follow us on Instagram, Verified DBs. And until next time, guys, you know what it is. It's Mr. VDB. I'm out.